Hello and welcome. Today we're going to be coloring this beautiful winter scene for Christmas. I'm going to be using these water-based markers, and this supplies I believe I got all from Five Below. It's very inexpensive. I have nice art markers, but I like to use those for my illustrations. So I'm just kind of using this pack I got from Five Below. It's very limited in color. But the good thing about water-based markers is they blend really nice. So the first half of this video, I'm just laying in the color and it looks very messy and sloppy. But I promise you, as we get towards the end of the video, it starts pulling itself together and looking much nicer. Now, I like to go in, you'll see in the middle of the video and towards the end of the video with a gray marker and a white gel pen. This is to kind of reinstill my grays and my lights, because sometimes when you color for hours and days in this case, it can get lost. So you'll see in the middle of the video where I'm using a white gel pen and a gray marker, and it's kind of hard to tell what I'm doing, so I'm just letting you know now. But for now, I'm just carefully filling in most of the white, trying to figure out the shapes and where everything is. And yeah, I'm just gonna let you guys listen to this beautiful music, and I'll jump in every now and then to let you know what I'm doing. For now, just enjoy the process, get yourself some hot chocolate, a cup of coffee, and sit back and enjoy and get cozy, and maybe get yourself a coloring book too. Now in this part, it was a weird, awkward space, so I kind of drew in a little window and a small indication of a porch, and I go in and color it later, but I think the footage got cut off. So if you see that part get filled in like just now, that's why that happened. The camera must have cut off and didn't record that footage. In the case with the water, I only had two blues to work with and they weren't blending at all, so it's kind of frustrating to work with. But in the end, I just covered it all and went over it with a white gel pen, and it worked out just fine. But had there been a bigger range of blues, I would have liked the water to look different. Now, I do apologize that the footage does go so fast, but it's the only way that I can show you this process without making like a 48-minute video. But if you're curious to see the same process just a little bit slower, let me know and I can do that, and it'd be like roughly around 30 minutes. But since this is my first art video, I was just kind of testing things out and seeing how it went. Also, I do apologize for the side angle. I'm going to be playing around with my camera a little bit more in the future to try to get better angles for you guys. Here I'm using the gray pen to add some shadows and really break up some of that white. There's a lot of white because of the snow and it's hard to see what is what. So this is a good way to indicate and break up the different white spaces. I also use it to go in and darken any part that needs darkening. That's the good thing about the color gray. It can darken any color because it's a neutral. So I didn't know exactly what I wanted to do for this page. So most of this process, I'm kind of figuring it all out as it's going along. So you'll see that process carry on. But ultimately, I was happy with the final result. Although I will say that I do plan on saving this for something I can work on in the future. Maybe when I get better at coloring and better skills at art, maybe come back to this and take it up another notch. I know this is going fast, but I just wanted to let you guys see how I worked on the bridge. Here I am with the white gel pen, like I mentioned earlier, adding some highlights, adding some more snowflakes, about bringing up the whites. It's a good way to erase your mistakes too. And a great way to highlight, as you can see, or you will see towards the end of the video. Here I'm with the gray pen, like I said, bringing in the shadows. Trying to figure out what value I want for the finished look. So you can see that after I laid the color in, I use a lot of the fine point of the marker to fill in all those little white gaps that are throughout the page and just really finish the job. It's also a great way to add details and layer details. Here I am trying to add a little more dimension to the water. I actually like the way it turned out. Adding more shadow. Finally getting to these little holly leaves. Here's some more work with the gel pen. Just cleaning up a little bit of the coloring. Really defining different areas. And correcting any mistakes. Now with the sky, again, very limited color choice, and my blue marker was running out of ink. So it did come out streaky, but you know what? It's okay, we're coloring. And I might try a different technique in the future. I know that people use chalk pastels and other different mediums for backgrounds. But for the sake of this video, I figured we'll just finish it off in marker. Just added the finishing highlights with my gel pen. Again, correcting any little mistakes along the way, defining certain areas, and adding lots of snowflakes. I should have added more, honestly, but I didn't want to cover up the beautiful artwork. Here I'm using a Sharpie gold permanent pen just to go over the frame. And like I said, I do want to work on this piece in the future. So in the future, I want to go over the gold frame with the holly leaves and paint them in and make them look really nice. But for now, we're just going to color it in. I'm also going to take that same gold marker and add little touches to the scene. And just tie the whole look together. I'm adding some gold to the door and to the window frame of the door. And then I add a little bit of gold to some of the negative space in the post office sign. And I'm going to go back over it later on with white gel pen to make it look like a golden sign. And then I'm just dotting some of the buttons on this mailbox here. And here we go. Here are the finishing touches. I'm going in with my gray pen. I'll be going in with my white gel pen, and you'll see me alternate between the two of them to just add those last little bits of touches and shadows. Honestly, I want it to go on forever, and I don't feel like this piece is all the way done, but like I said, for the sake of this video, I didn't want it to go on forever. I just ended it where it is, and it is what it is until the future when I decide to work on it some more. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed watching this and you get inspired to get some coloring done. The winter season is perfect for that. And it was a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun. I'm just adding some highlights and snowflakes all about, highlighting the post office sign, adding some highlights to the water. Now here's my favorite part of this process. I decided to dot in little dots of color in the windows to give an implication of items. And on the right-sided window, I did little dots of green and different colors to indicate a Christmas tree. And in the other windows, I just did random colors. And then I went over each little square with the gray color, and it really did give an effect that you're looking through glass, and it was really cool, and I was really surprised by the effects. And when I went in and added the white gel pen over it, it just made it all come together. So there it is, you guys. There is my Christmas coloring. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Stay tuned for more, and I'll catch you guys next time. Merry Christmas.